Hey, how's it going, everyone? Uh, Jabber and Jake back today. Today, I'm just going to do what I'm going to call basically anime roundup. I've been gone for a while, got sick, busy with seasonal work, but I got some time to make a video today. So I'm just going to go over the anime I've been watching recently, what I like about them, what potential I think they have, and and I'll do some quick reviews of some of the stuff I've done before. Some of the anime I finished recently, so we're just gonna jump right into it. I got a quick slideshow ready for you, and I don't remember the order, so we'll be surprised together. All right. So the first anime I did give this anime a chance. This is the beginning after the end, I believe. It's one of those weird anime that's an isekai, a reincarnation isekai, but it's not our world. It's like how to say it. It's 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 a different fantasy world that reincarnates into a different fantasy world, and I I don't know if it's quite the rising trend. I think it's been done a few times before. I feel like it's people coming off of the Shield Hero concept, where other worlds are isekai into other fantasy worlds, which feels like the snake eating its own tail. To be honest, like I gave the first episode a try. This light's in my way. That was blind to me. Okay. Yeah, I gave the first episode a try. It has that problem of the main protagonist. He's inside the mind of the baby, so we get the first few episodes of him growing up, I guess, in the new world. But he's such a dour, emo, tryhard punk. Is the best way I can describe him. So he's just like this brooding mess of a guy, and he's trapped in a child of a baby. He's pooping himself. He's doing all the things baby do. He discovers how to do magic, I guess, and he blows up his house. His parents don't really bat an eye on it. I just, I, I just, I couldn't give a shit about it. Is my review about it? To be honest, like part of me was halfway interested, but when it came to time for episode 2, I just couldn't. I was just like, there's got to be better stuff to do. So I might come back around to it, but I highly doubt it. It just doesn't have anything to hook me. I'm not calling it bad. It's not really what I was looking for, I guess. So we're gonna keep going. Do I got my hotkeys programmed? No, I do not. Ah, shit. Fucked up there. Okay. This next one, the Two Perfect Saint got sold by. I got sold by my fiance to another kingdom. This one, I was pretty 50-50 on this one. Whether I thought I was gonna like it when I watched it. The premise is interesting, I guess. We're still in the era of the title is the synopsis of the story here, but it I think I'm on episode. I think it's on episode 4 right now. Episode 3 or 4. It's everything I want it to be. Honestly, the story's interesting. There are some. The tropes where she go. The abusive prince and kingdom abusing the girl who's supposedly talented, and then she gets sold away to another kingdom, and people are starting to realize, oh, our whole society was on this girl's shoulders, and she has a sister too, which the premise of the story is pretty interesting. Actually, I like one of the things I like that this story did is it explains because the first episode I was wondering why not the first prince, sorry, the second prince was calling the shots, which when you kind of know a little, I don't know extensively the hierarchy of medieval fantasy royal families, but when you have somebody named the second prince, obviously the first prince, so this guy's like third. Well, he's in second line, possibly third in charge. So, obviously it's like, okay, why can this guy make this unilateral decision to basically sell off like a national resource, i.e., his fiance, and try to marry her sister? Uh, it explains he was making a big political power grab. The king's sick. His supporters are pushing his older brother into seclusion. So he's making a power grab, which is already a bit more than what most other fantasy fantasy anime are doing. This is a fantasy. Yeah, I about called it decent guy. So that's really interesting. it does have the tropes where the first sibling, Mia. Ah, shit. Oh man, I don't got my clicker on this one. Can I? Ah, shit. I don't got the pause button on either. Fuck. I messed with my settings and now they're all screwed up. But uh, yeah, yeah. So what I was really, I mean, it has the regular story. You know, Mia goes from from the one kingdom to the other. She's treated a lot better. She's treated so well. Her life before was so shit that she doesn't know what kindness is apparently. But I'm sorry, not Mia. The sister's name is Mia. Felina, sorry, Felina. Yeah, Felina is the girl in the front there. I was really interested in how her story with how the story with her sister went, because what I was really interested in was her sister, because usually, her sister was portrayed as an airhead. I really like what they did with the sister, what the author did with the sister in the story. The sister, even, and it's one of those things too. The sisters love each other, maybe not in a Yuri way, but the sisters love each other. Mia instantly figures out, okay, something's wrong. My sister suddenly left. I realize my parents are assholes, but they can't be that big of assholes, right? Then she kind of puts together real quick. Oh, the prince and my parents sold my sister to another country, and she goes like full yonder, like she is planning like ruin the prince's. I don't like the way she's originally planned to do it, but her plan was to like basically marry the prince, take him to like the heist execute, then betray him, I guess, which you can interpret that how you want. I kind of thought, boy, do you need to go that far with it? Like you can do a lot of things before you have to get that far. Like I'm interested in what her plan is, but that's been changed because the sisters are able to get into contact, and that's the thing too. Is like I didn't want the sister to go on the whole revenge, screw my enemy physically, then I'll screw him mentally. Revenge. It's not that that's not uninteresting. It's just kind of like, do you need to go that far with this? Like you can do a lot more. You can do a lot of damage before you have to get into bed with him. Of course, I don't know if that's where it's going to go. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I'm trying not to touch it, but yeah. So I'm really happy with this one. I'm really glad with it. It is probably more of a shoujo one, but it's a fun story. I like the sisters' dynamics. The world seems well thought out and interesting. So we'll see where it goes. It does kind of lean a little too heavily on the evil nobles. The entire population of the original kingdom are assholes, and then you got the impoverished kingdom, which is like so grateful they kind of they're about ready just to. I don't know. It's a good show. I like where it's going so far. So we'll keep going here. Moving on. Oh yeah, assassin. Okay, ninja and assassin living together. This is kind of a gap moe show. Like it's kind of funny how kind of dark and sad it is for how cutesy it is. Like the ninja girl on the left. Ah man, I cannot think about this right now. The ninja girl. Okay, it's pretty obvious. The ninja girl runs away from her village accidentally, I guess. Meets an assassin. The assassin, she's no good at assassinating, so the assassin protects her. Ninja girl cleans up the dead bodies. It's really dark because in like the first episode, they kill like the assassin girl's schoolmate's father. I don't know if the daughter put the hit on it, but they kill him and turn him into leaves. And there's always these scenes where you meet the assassins, and the assassins always have their hopes and dreams spilled out, and then they just get killed and turned into leaves. Like there's literally one episode where one girl was like a barista for her day job. She gets the assassination job and goes through this whole rigmarole, and then she just gets killed and turned into leaves, and her body gets dumped into the trash can. It's fun, but it's fun. But if you really start thinking about it too seriously, it's kind of a really dark show. It's a really dark comedy, I guess is the best way to describe it. But it's fun. It's fun. I like it. The characters are fun. I don't think there's gonna be much of a plot, but it's fun. I like watching. It's fun. So that's all I can describe it. Oh yeah, Fire Force came back. Fire Force season 2. Now I remember when I first watched this, I remember hearing not a lot of people were very impressed with it. I guess I can't remember if it was here or Japan. It kind of depends because if it's popular in Japan, it's gonna stay going. You know. Oh, that explains why all the Fire Force books were in the bookstore. I didn't realize. Yeah, so I guess season 3 is gonna wrap up the story. And I heard a while ago. This is hmm, something dinged. I heard a while ago that this is a prequel to Soul Eater, which I see that in design now, especially with the moon that's showing up in the anime. Uh, I'm interested to see how this becomes Soul Eater. I guess I kind of remember most of the characters. I didn't go back and watch season 1 and season 2. They did a good enough recap of it, so I'm just watching it for fun. Um, all the characters are fun. I got back into the groove of it pretty good. The idea of the Family Guy meme coming to life, where the firefighters are literally fist fighting fire demons. It's funny. It's fun. It's funny. It's fun. Uh I guess I wouldn't have been too sad if it never came back. But I'm glad it's back. It's fun. I don't know how else to say it. I'm enjoying the show. It is good action. I do get a little tired of Tatsumaki. Ta, Tama, is it Tatsumaki? No. Tama, Tamamaki? The fire cat girl. Her stick of her clothes coming off all the time, that gets a little old pretty quick. I did I did like in the last episode where apparently the only thing metal on the Fire Force guys are their belt buckles, and they're fighting somebody with magnetism. So they all take off their pants and they're all standing there in their coats, bare naked legs. The worst look for the guys, by the way. And the enemy's mocking them, like, aren't you ashamed of this thing? No, we get nude for the sexy swimsuit calendar every year. We don't give a shit. And I gotta say, I do, as goofy as Devine the enemy was, they straight up just shoot like the magnetism lady right in the head. And it's like, whoa, that's okay. I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they. I'm trying to think back. I think they actually unalived. I don't know if I want to say. I don't know. They cured. maybe that will get past YouTube. They cured. I can't remember if they cured their enemies a lot. I know there was a few draws. Some people got pushed back. I think it might have been 50-50 in the early seasons, but starting out, they just straight up cured a lot of enemies. So I'm interested to see where this is going. I think it's going to be fun. I'm more curious how everybody. Do like the do the fire telekinesis people just become, or fire kinetic? Sorry, do the fire kinetic people just become the weapons in Soul Eater? I'm interested to see how that happens. Like, how does Lord Death come out of this? I guess I don't know if they go if it is a prequel to Soul Eater. I'm just curious how that works. So we'll move on. Oh, the Gorilla God's Go-To Girl. I just watched the new episode of this today. This one I wasn't sure how I was gonna like it. I kind of have a bit of a soft spot for some of these shoujo shows, just because it's a different genre. So I like to learn the story tropes. Obviously you have the main heroine in the middle there. Oh, that blonde guy is he is gonna be in the. Okay, there's like 3 blonde guys. The blonde guy at the top, I guess he's gonna be in the harem too. Hawkeye. Anyways, the premise of the show is this red-haired chick who looks pretty good. I remember her last name. Reeler. Sophia. I think her name's Sophia. I think her name is Sophia Reeler. I really love it when there's a redheaded heroine for an anime girl. So I like it. The premise is goofy. People get abilities from gods, I guess. She gets the gorilla god, so she can run like 40 miles per hour. She basically has super strength. It's kind of neat. I do like the setting. The setting's a lot more Victorian. I'm not even Victorian. I guess slightly pre-World War I, because they have bolt-action rifles. Well, they call them muskets, which I guess that'll be about 1900 time period, I think. She breaks her musket, and somebody even comments how the Gorilla God isn't really suited for musket warfare. So I don't know if the author is going to go that deep into the setting here, but I'm really interested in the setting, because it's not medieval fantasy. It's not generic. I'd be interested to see how warfare develops in this story, because there's kind of a slight subgenre of anime, this historical anime that where they're moving beyond sword and sorcery or moving beyond just fantasy, medieval fantasy to kind of like a medieval Victorian pre-industrial or industrial fantasy, I guess. Victorian era does feel pretty right. What was the era before World War? What was the era before World War One called? I'm pretty sure that was the Victorian era, I think, or was that closer to the Civil War? Maybe it's Civil War to pre World War One. That would be about the time period. I'm interested in how the Hawk guy would handle against a machine gun. Like, you have a guy who can fly, but so he literally grows wings, can fly around. Like, that'd be great reconnaissance, but it's also like, so are planes not going to develop in this world, or how's this guy got to hold up the AA fire? Because yeah, you have like some superhuman people, but obviously it's not going to go into the war stuff too much. It's going to be a harem, a reverse harem at that. So she's probably going to end up with Lewis. He's the guy. I need my clicker. Okay, so sorry, I got something about my display connection. Probably happened when I moved the monitor so I could get my mic out. Should move the mic again, but yeah. So it's a fun enough show, I guess. It's probably not going to go as far as I would want it to, but it's interesting enough. Okay, I better pick up the pace. I'm 16 minutes in, and I got about 8 more of these to go. Yeah. The Unaware Meister. I talked about this one before already. I fucking hate this kid. I'm watching the show, but it's this. I'm going to try and be brief here as I rant about this. But the thing I hate about the show is I hate that the white hair. I hate discount dollar store Belle here. You can't tell me that's not Belle either. From How to Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? That's Belle. He has the English voice actor from I left my stream open and became a legendary VTuber. I think I'm just gonna call it legendary VTuber. He shares a voice actor with Soma Alice from VTuber, which that was a fun show. The VTuber anime was pretty fun. I started watching more VTubers in real life. Just in time for Fauna, Mume, and Gura to quit, I guess. I don't know. I knew about Gura. I listened to some of her Sabaton stuff. But anyways, I'm not going to get too off into that. Everything interesting about this show happens away from this kid. He has the same problem as the kid from The Last Dungeon, which is also the name of that show. It's like, but it's so normal back home. You know, this is like, back home, this is like subpar shit work, All right, but it's like, I just can't handle his whining. It's like, I'm so weak all the time. I'm so weak in comic. I'm so useless. Oh, but I built a house in a day. It's like, it's such weak writing, in my opinion. I hate him as the character. Everything else around the show is kind of average to basic generic anime. So it's fine. But like in today's episode, when there's a giant demon skeleton attack, well, the first problem was like, a bear would be too hard, so I built a house that automatically repels curses. And it's like, that's a barrier, dipshit. Tell people this, what you're doing. I hate the fact that it's like, but he has a different common sense. It's like, somebody's just got to pull this kid aside and just tell him, what you're doing is freaking amazing. Okay, we're going to use you. That's the thing too. Is like all the side characters are like, but we don't want him going to use and abuse. Like, you're using him already. Just tell him what's going on. And it's also like he's made a special coating for the north and west wall, so that's like perfectly defended. So then the south and east wall, like, it's like, dude, just have him fix the walls. Get him in. The reason I hate this character, this type of character, I hate this overpowered craftsman character, I guess I'll call it here. Like he's OP, but he's offset OP, I guess. Offset OP. Or offset support OP. Sorry, I don't know what to call him. But anyways, he's this great character with OP abilities compared to the average person. It's not combat related. What I hate about it is his character takes all the tension away from storytelling. So you have different characters doing desperate struggles, and he can come in and eliminate a threat. Even though he doesn't have combat ability, he somehow managed to miraculously solve the problem just so easily that it takes the tension out of the story. It makes the story really hard to watch. And that's the problem. I like the other characters. The other characters are okay. The story itself is somewhat interesting because of apparently there's a hard on to kill the third princess, who's the blonde girl in the image here. But it's like he just ruins the story for me. It's just one of those things where people who don't know about their OPness, it just fucking sucks. It sucks as much as when they do know their OPness. I could go into rants about this show. I'm like half in, half out. I'll be honest. I don't know why I keep watching it, but I do. So I kind of like it in some ways, but I just hate him. Oh, okay. I've been killing time for 300 years, and I maxed out my level. Season 2. I really enjoy the show. It's a cutesy show. I'm not sure there's a male character in the main cast at all, to be honest. I know there's male characters in the background, but yeah. Not much to say about this. I read the light novel of this one. Somehow I got 16 volumes deep, even though there's not a real story in it. It's just kind of day-to-day stuff. Cute girls doing cute things, I guess. One of them's overpowered, but it kind of doesn't matter. It's interesting in its own way, I guess. It's just fun to watch, I guess is the best way to describe it. It's just relaxing. I don't really much about to say though. I like all the character designs. I like the character personalities. I like Azula, Laika, Flatort. I like them all. Hakura feels. I guess if I had to pick a least favorite, it'd be Hakura, just because she's kind of a little two-note, I guess. But other than that, it's just a fun cast. It's just fun watching these characters interact and seeing their adventures. So I think it's going to be a good season. Oh, okay. I'm getting back into the stuff I already watched. So I'm just going to wrap up. My impression of Dr. Detective Dr. Takao Maku. That's not the title. That's kind of what basically it is. This was supposed to be anime Dr. House, so obviously it's an anime girl. It started out strong, and then the animation took a real shit. It makes it really awkward in the Cancer Kid episode when everybody's eyes are looking the wrong way. The middle of it really dipped. It really dipped. There's no way to describe it. Like I said, when you have the Cancer Kid episode with leukemia, it's like, can you not get the C team to animate this? I should look into what happened there. Maybe there's some production trouble, but like even till after the was the fire before or after? I know like after the mid-season stuff, the animation got a little bit better, but it still didn't get quite back to the first 2 episodes, I think. It just, the quality dropped and it stayed dropped, unfortunately, which is fine. I'm not going to say it's fine. I know people are going to tear it apart for that, but it's one of those things where you started out at an A, dropped to about B minus, and then maybe got back up to B. It started strong, petered in the middle, and then kind of tried to make a comeback. The fire mystery is kind of fun, I guess. Ended dark. I like the twins episodes. That's probably my favorite episode out of the season, to be honest. The ending was a little weak. It was kind of interesting though. There was an affair, a murder, drama, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if this is getting a season 2. I'd like to give it another shot. I'd like it for it to get another shot, but it's just, I just don't know. It was okay. It was an average anime. I finished Red Ranger. I really like this. If I watch it again, I'm probably going to rewatch it in dub. it's one of those I have to kind of rewatch it from the beginning. I don't know if I can really go back in and find a particular episode that I like, but overall, I like the show. Red Ranger becomes an adventure in another world. Yeah, that's the title. I like it. I like it enough. I wouldn't mind a season 2. I don't know if I like it enough to go back and watch the dub. I probably will at some point when I'm bored. It seems easy to binge, but it's set up for a season 2. I hope it does get a season 2. I like the characters enough, so it's interesting. I just don't know if I like it enough to revisit it a whole lot. Oh, Dad becomes a villainess. This is on High Dive. They started doing the English dub for this on High Dive, and the voice acting is really good, actually. It really is a contrast where you have the dad narrating his situation, and it's funny. He's an otaku, but he's the wrong kind of otaku. But I like this one. It's one of those. I think the early episodes are really fun. As it kind of gets on in the show, they kind of blur together a little bit. So I don't know how to really. I don't know how much I really like it. I mean, I'm rewatching it again. It's easy to rewatch. I'm gonna listen to the dub of it. It's just a fun watch, but I don't know if there's really a particular episode that I would call my favorite. Just in general, I like watching the show. So it's one of those. If I had to rewatch it, I'd rewatch the whole thing. But the dub is good. The story's interesting. I hope it gets a season 2. I'm not sure how High Dive is on season 2. I think so far the only thing offhand I know that has a season 2 on High Dive is Oshinoko. I know there's probably others, but that's kind of what I know offhand. Headhunter to Another World. This is going to be quick. I will probably never watch this again. It's not that it's bad, but what's his nuts here? He's not a compelling enough character for me to care about the show a lot. Even the harem girls. Yeah, that thing in the brown suit is a girl too, but he's such a wet sack that he doesn't like. I don't even remember his name. I think the other guy's name is Daisuke. It's not a bad show. It's just I don't see a reason to rewatch it. It was fun watching it once. It's not really watching it again isn't really compelling, to be honest. So we're just gonna move on. Oh, ironically, 2 shows that came out that had 40-year-old middle-aged protagonists. I'm 32, but I'm getting there. I liked this one a lot better. There's things about the show I don't like, but I like this show a lot better. I think this is Daisuke. Yeah, I think it's Daisuke. That's what I mean. I might be getting their names confused. But what I like about this, besides the basically having the power to Amazon, although this show you can buy in this guy's online store, you can buy a construction crane. 2 things I like. The protagonist, the old guy here, he goes for it. When a girl's throwing himself, at him, he gets down and dirty with him. He even technically married the blonde there. I'm pretty sure he slept with the purple cat. The yellow-haired cat wants to sleep with him. He might have slept with a princess's maid. The thing about the show I don't like is Amane, the blue-haired girl there. The lolly, like the adopted daughter figure. What I don't like about it's her character I have the problem with. She couldn't just be the adopted daughter. She has to be that weird thing where it's like, I mean, she wants to have Denji's kids. She says it a lot. She says it repeatedly. She gets jealous of the other girls. She is Junie, 11, I think. I mean, he refutes her. Like, he even jokes to the Facilia, the blonde hair girl, not the cat girl. Says, every girl says it to their dad. And then kind of remarks how she kind of did that and then ran away with the first bad boy she meets. I don't know. So she's kind of so Amanoe, the blue-haired girl, she's kind of the weak point for it. Like, I can kind of deal with it, but it's also just I don't know why it's in. I don't know why it needs to be in the story or why they had to go that why the author had to go that direction with it. As long as it doesn't go in that direction, I'm kind of fine with it. It's one of those things where I really hope the character for once just grows out of it and stays out of it. Other than that, everybody else is pretty good. Sleeping with that cat girl must be hairy in the bed. There, man, I'd replace the sheets after that. It'd probably be full of cat hair. Oh, okay. Surprise! Okay, this is one surprised me. I left my A rank party to go adventure with my students. Basically, is what this is called. I'm surprised this one's still going. I thought it was going to be a 12 and doneer, but we're on episode 16, so it must be 20. It must get out a 24 season, I guess, which is fine. I'm enjoying the show. I'm actually surprised how much I enjoy it. It's just kind of it's gone a lot of places. Like it started out, he left his party, he's training up his students again, which I am questioning the age gap here, where this guy would be a teacher to these girls. Also, he started a relationship. I gotta move something here. Right? He started a relationship, a supposedly fake one, but with a discount Roxy here. So the blue petite girl, like he kind of officially married her because she has like family troubles where they're trying to sell her off. That's probably going to be last thing in the arc where after they save the world from getting called, very reminiscent of Shield Hero actually. They're probably going to have to deal with the kingdom politics and Reign's family, I guess. I say I guess like I'm dismissing it, but it's one of those shows where if I can kind of predict the ending or the flow of events, I'm not going to say it's bad. It's just when I can kind of predict that, I can kind of guess the level of writing in the show. I'm also questioning Luke's character design. His character design is so all over the place. He has one boot trap, one tall. It's a mess. I should go into character. I should do that later. But other than that, he has like discount Rudy's girls. But we're gonna move on. I'm gonna wrap up. Oh shit, I'm at the 32-minute mark. Jeez. Okay. Oh yeah, the last one. Oh shoot, I forgot to add it. There's actually two more. I'm gonna go for Gundam G-Quacks. I'm liking the show. I'm liking the show quite a bit. I talked about it last time, but I've watched episodes 2 and 3 now. I'm getting used to the anime style, but the problem is they did that second episode that was basically a remake of an alternate take on the first episode of Gundam, which was really fun. I love the animation style in it. I loved how the story played out. And that's kind of the problem where you gave me something better or something that seems better. And then we go back to this. I'm not going to say the show's bad at this point just for that, but like with Big Micah, I really don't want clan battles to be the focus of the show. I watched that 4-minute clan battle they did in episode 3. It was already kind of pushing the limits of what I cared about, to be honest. So I really hope, like I said, I really hope the clan battles are not that important to the show. Okay, so that's my take. I'm going to just enjoy it. I forgot this image here, so I'm just throwing it up here real quick. But yeah, so G-Quacks in this show. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry. G-Quacks and the Old Country Mountain, the Master Swordsman, are the only things I watch on Prime. I did start watching Vox Machina, but I also don't care to keep going on it. Like, I'll watch it if I got time, but when I'm busy, I might watch a few episodes of Vox Machina. But this and G-Quacks are the only thing I watch on Prime right now. And I really like it. I like it in the way that I can't really predict how the show's going to go. I doubt they're going to go the harem route, but I am interested in see how they handle these relationships in a way, just because you have an older male protagonist And obviously he's going to have a plethora of students here. But the thing is too is like, the thing that I find interesting about the show is, yeah, his students here, the redhead and the white-haired girl, the two in the back are way younger. But I did the math on it, and the Suetta, the red-haired one, who's kind of more of my favorite because she has a little bit more personality, not just chest size, like actual personality. She'd be 32. She'd be like, at the very least, she'd be either 27 to 37 years old. Just look, I don't know her. They never said her age when she first found her master, but there's a 20-year gap. But she looked like, I'd say, 10 to 14 when they first met. I don't know how long they trained together. Then there's a 20-year time skip from when they meet again. So no matter how you look at it, even if he's pushing 40, like, so if he's only like 6 years older than her, and say she was 14 when they met, I'm not advocating here. I'm just doing the math in my head on the show here. If he's 40 and she's 36, that's not a big age gap. Honestly, like, you look at some gravestones from the old times. That's not a bad age gap, actually. I think my grandparents were 5 years apart. I don't mean to just ship here on this, but that's one thing I like about shows. Ever since I started writing, I kind of started to be able to predict stuff a lot more, so it's kind of taking the fun out of shows. So when I read a show where I can't like actively pick out where they're going with it, is the author going to do a harem? Is he not going to do a harem? Not the biggest question in the world, but you can kind of pick out. It's between these two, the white-haired girl and the red-haired girl. The other two are way too young. Just based off the guy's personality, he's not going to go for them. But I'm interested to see if these two girls can kind of clinch it. And it's one of those things where I started doing the math, like, okay. And I have to look at what the guy looks like in the flashbacks. But if you want to do like realistic, pick your route, him and the red-haired girl would kind of be interesting. They introduced the silver girl Citrus first. Usually the first girl you introduce in a harem is the main girl, but whatever. I just like the fact it's an older protagonist. He's not a horn dog. And the difference is he's humble, but not pathetically meek. If that makes sense. Like, he's humble, it's just one of those things. He just never really left his village, so he kind of just assumes, I'm pretty average. I beat that guy. It was pretty close for me, so. I like the show. It's the only reason I didn't try to find. It's the only reason I watched Prime, I guess. I never watched Prime before, but yeah. So that's the animes I'm watching, what I've been liking so far. I'm going to try and keep doing more videos more often. I don't know if I'm going to do much else tonight, but yeah. Y'all have a good night. I rambled on long enough here. I can't believe I went for, oh, Jesus Christ, 40 minutes, jeez. All right, good night.